Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is July the 2nd, Tuesday, and we are here to look at the new releases being set into the wild this week. And on Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. We do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They go for 2.5 hours. I do every Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday afternoons. And yes, I do have them on Thursday evening, July 4th. I'm actually starting a couple hours early and going for till the same ending time. So it'll be about 4 hours, I believe. That is what works out. It's math, it's early. And tomorrow's morning show, we'll look at romance. All right. Hope you guys had a good night. Kim says, good morning. Good morning, Kim. How you doing? How you feeling? Are you feeling any better? First up, Mike Bond. I actually got this one because it sounded interesting, and I believe it was only 99 cents. It's called Crude. The doomsday clock is set at 90 seconds to midnight. There's no time to lose. Mike Bond delivers the summer's most read thriller, blah, blah, blah. Nuclear war is coming. Can we stop it, or is it already too late? On an October night, far out in the South China Sea, a diver sets explosive charges under a huge oil platform. On the platform above, geologist Liz Chaplin stands watching the Southern Cross sink beneath the waves. In New York, Ross Bullock, the CEO of Rawhide Energy and the platform's owner, states during a televised press conference that our country has made a fatal mistake in Ukraine and is headed for nuclear war. Immediately, the White House, intelligence agencies, the media, and the financial world attack Rawhide for raising the specter of nuclear war and thus threatening the president's re-election. The action expands to Mongolia, Indonesia, Washington, D.C., and Ukraine. The true perpetrator of these crimes becomes known. It is impossible, unbelievable, but true. Is the White House behind it? The president threatens nuclear war with Russia to distract voters from his fraudulent Ukraine and China deals and worsening polls. The Russians respond by increasing their nuclear readiness, but the president alone can decide to launch a nuclear war as he clings to the nuclear button. So begins Crude. I would be interested to find out how accurate that gets to be. The Gods of the Woods by Liz Moore. When a teenager vanishes from her Adirondack summer camp, two worlds collide. Early morning, August 1975. A camp counselor discovers an empty bunk. Its occupant, Barbara Van Laar, has gone missing. Barbara isn't just any 13-year-old. She's the daughter of the family that owns the summer camp and employs most of the region's residents. And this isn't the first time a Van Laar child has disappeared. Barbara's older brother similarly vanished 14 years ago, never to be found. As a panic search begins, a thrilling drama unfolds, chasing down the layered secrets of the Van Laar family and the blue-collar community working in its shadow. Moore's multi-threaded story invites readers into a rich and gripping dynasty of secrets and second chances. It is Liz Moore's most ambitious blah, blah, blah. The Haters by Robin Harding. Sometimes I feel like I'm announcing the Oscar film nominees. Cameron Lane is living her dream. After years of struggle and rejection, her first novel has finally been published. Her editor is happy, her teenage daughter is proud, and her boyfriend and friends are all excited for her. She's on top of the world until she receives a disturbing message from an unknown sender. Rattled by the accusations she finds there, Cameron swallows the sick feeling in her stomach and resolves to put the missive out of her mind. When she checks her ratings on a popular book site, she finds a scathing one-star review. The reviewer is so articulate and convincing that soon Cameron's book is flooded with bad reviews. Could the reviewer be the same person who sent the ugly email, and why do they want to ruin her? As the online harassment creeps into Cameron's personal life, she vows to find out who's behind it. Is it really a disgruntled reader, or could it be someone she knows? The troll's actions are escalating, and when the abuse turns deadly, it will take everything Cameron has to unmask the enemy so intent on destroying her and finally learn why she's being targeted. Next up, Broken Bayou by Jennifer Moorhead. This is a debut thriller. A troubled child psychologist returns to a small Louisiana town to protect her secrets, but winds up having to protect her life. Dr. Willow Waters is a prominent child psychologist at the height of her career. When a viral video of a disastrous television interview puts her reputation on the line, Willow retreats to Broken Bayou, the town where she spent most of her childhood summers. There she visits her aunt's old house and discovers some of her unstable mother's belongings still languishing in the attic, dusty mementos harboring secrets of her harrowing past. Willa's hopes for a respite are quickly crushed, not only by what she finds in the attic, but also by what's been found in the bayou. With waters dropping due to drought, mysterious barrels containing human remains have surfaced, alongside something else from Willa's past, something she never thought she'd see again. Divers, police, and media flood the area, including a news reporter gunning for Willa and Travis Arsenault, a local deputy and old flame. Willa's fate seems eerily tied to the murders, and with no one to trust, she must use her wits to stay above water and make it out alive. And we also have Echo Road by Kendra Elliott and Melinda Lee. When two cross-country cases collide, Bree Taggart and Mercy Kilpatrick join forces to catch a serial killer. During a vicious heat wave, a county maintenance worker stumbles upon two suspicious suitcases abandoned by the side of the road. Sheriff Bree Taggart responds to find two bodies stuffed inside the luggage. The press demands action. The community is on edge. Suddenly, Bree is at the center of a media firestorm. In Oregon, a senator's daughter goes missing. FBI Special Agent Mercy Kilpatrick agrees to keep the politically sensitive case on the down low. When she finds a link between the disappearance and a double homicide 3,000 miles away, Mercy takes the next plane out and lands right in the middle of Bree's double homicide investigation. To save the missing girl, Bree and Mercy must work together to stop a killer who is playing deadly games with the press and stirring up public rage. Hungry for notoriety, he dares Bree and Mercy to catch him before he kills again. Sounds like an episode of Criminal Minds. Catherine Coulter has a new one. 27th in her FBI thriller series. Flashpoint. A year has passed since Elizabeth Palmer was nearly killed, with hundreds more in the attempted bombing of St. Paul's in London, believed to be a terrorist act, until the police discovered it was a cover for something even more sinister. For Elizabeth, life is finally back to normal. She's optimistic, her painting is getting accolades, and suddenly her world changes in a flash. With three new attempts on her life and her connection to the terrorist attack, MI5 gets involved to find out who is trying to kill her and why. Autumn Backman, 12 years old, begrudgingly accepts a summer job to shepherd Tash Navarro, a shy, bullied little boy. He's staying with his uncle while his father and stepmother go on a honeymoon in Europe. Then the unexpected happens. Autumn learns Tash is gifted psychically, like her, and Tash's father, Archer Navarro, is suspected of embezzling from his own firm. The FBI and Interpol are on the case, but Archer and his new wife have disappeared. Tash is scared and convinced his father needs help, so Autumn reaches out to Dylan Savage, the only person she knows who can find them. Desperate for answers, Elizabeth flies to Washington, D.C. to seek out Savage and Sherlock, and is assigned Special Agent Rome Fox for her protection. With deadly assailants in terrifying pursuit, Elizabeth and Rome soon find themselves neck deep in danger and in a race for survival. Lots of thrillers today. May the Wolf Die by Elizabeth Hayter. A gripping mystery set in Italy following a female detective haunted by her family's past and tasked with untangling the city's organized crime and the modern U.S. military presence there. Nikki Serafino is enjoying the sunset from her boat in her beloved port city of Naples, Italy, when she discovers the body of a man in the warm waters of the bay. An investigator working as the liaison between local police and American troops, Nikki is certainly no stranger to violence and organized crime, but this case grows complicated when the victim turns out to be a U.S. Navy captain stationed at the nearby military base, and the autopsy reveals foul play. As she delves into the case, another body is found, and Nikki must face connections linking the murders to her own complicated history as a daughter of Naples. Smart and steeped in sun-soaked Italy, this propulsive mystery is the perfect summer binge read. Lisa Gray has one called The Final Act. All she wanted was to see her name in lights. Now her disappearance has made her front page news. It's been 20 years since Madison James had any kind of success in Hollywood. Now she's disappeared, and a TikTok sleuth has found her purse discarded in a Los Angeles park. The news spreads like wildfire across a nation hungry for celebrity tragedy, and the struggling actress's mysterious disappearance quickly becomes a national obsession. I bet she faked it. Detectives Sarah Delaney and Rob Moreno of the LAPD Missing Persons Unit take the case, but truth is a rare commodity in Tinseltown. Some people will stop at nothing to get what they want, and Delaney and Moreno soon find themselves mired in Hollywood's dark underbelly with little in the way of clues. As revelations from the past emerge, it becomes apparent there is more going on than meets the eye. With an obsessive public watching every step of the investigation, can the police find Madison before she becomes more than just missing? I do like missing persons cases. I don't know though. Wilderness Reform by Matt Query and Harrison Query. Those are fun last names. Hang on, copies required. All right. A wilderness camp for troubled teens that is plagued by mysterious events and disappearances, taking survival and discipline to a frightening extreme. 13-year-old Ben is sent to a remote reform program for troubled teens by a juvenile court judge. But when he arrives at the camp, located on the edge of the vast wilderness of northwestern Montana, he immediately recognizes that there is something off about the counselors. They're too friendly and upbeat, yet Ben can tell there's an undercurrent of menace. As he gets to know the boys in his cabin, he soon discovers that they each have far more going for them than whatever crime landed them there, and each has a different critical skill, one that could help them unearth what is really going on in this place, and how to make it out alive. They are inching ever closer to the truth, and the hidden evil beneath the camp surface will make it known in order to deter them. Let's see if it tells where in Montana, other than Northwest. I'm on Southeast. Does not immediately say. Oh, well. Viridian Sterling fakes it. A hopeful young painter finds herself embroiled in the world of art heists and possibly responsible for the counterfeits needed to cover them up. Possibly. Freshly graduated from the Rhode Island School of Design, Viridian Sterling is ready to hang her work in any of the countless New York galleries that are sure to give her a show. Welcome to the world, baby girl. The problem is only one will, and they're not interested in her art so much as her personal assistant skills. No glitz, no glam, and definitely none of the money she needs to help her struggling mother finally realize her dream of starting her own business after having sacrificed everything for Very to go to art school. So when she overhears her new boss discussing the impressive finder's fee for a lost Van Gogh, takes matters into her own hands. Maybe her own artwork isn't celebrated, but she knows how to copy what is, and maybe those skills can help lead to discovery. Well, did they not teach you about fraud in school? But when a famous art dealer takes her under his wing and his charming driver takes her interest, Barry realizes she's in deeper than she expected, and quite possibly with the wrong people. With her mother's dreams and her own future at stake, Very will have to pull out every trick she can think of to wipe her canvas clean and erase the mess she's created before she goes down for someone else's crimes. Well, if you're faking painting, they're your own crimes too. You just don't want to get caught. A Clean Kill by Stephen Konkoly. That's a fun one. First in the Garrett Mann series. An FBI agent hunting a serial killer has to up his game when a trail of murders is not what it seems. 5 dismembered bodies are found along the roadside, dumped in the middle of nowhere. This isn't new to Special Agent Garrett Mann. Head of Artemis, a specialized FBI task force hell-bent on hunting down cartel-related killings in the Southwest, Mann has seen this before. He and his team have been tracking similar kills along thousands of miles of rural roads running north, south, and back again. When the latest slaughter yields a key piece of evidence, Mann thinks he's found the killer and solved the case. That's when the nightmare begins. From a lakeside Minnesota mansion to an abandoned CIA black site in New Mexico, the hunt is on. But the closer man gets to his prey, the deadlier the strikes become. This is no ordinary serial killer. He's not working alone, and the stakes go far beyond just preventing the serial killer's next massacre. What man unravels is a powerful and far reaching conspiracy beyond his wildest imagination. Fatal Lies by Mary Stone, second in the Sky Striker series. Sex, lies, and murder. 2 months after the murder of her fashion model cousin and her own near kidnapping, Sky Striker is more determined than ever to expose the dark side of the fashion industry and memorialize her cousin's life, even if it means dredging up her own long suppressed but never forgotten horrific nightmares. Then another model is attacked, beaten within an inch of her life, and another. The common denominator is a man known only as M, his identity obscured by a mask. Both women were assaulted during jobs for the Mill, a group of nameless, faceless, powerful men associated with an exclusive country club. Would that be somebody new with the last name Epstein? But as Skye and her friends soon discover, behind the country club facade lies a prostitution ring where anything goes, no matter how depraved. And New York's top modeling agencies are orchestrating the transactions and supplying the girls. Skye is intent on seeking justice for the models, but she's about to find out the modeling industry is far more sinister than she imagined, and much more personal. Stateside by J.D. Kirk. Do we have no? Oh, it's still trying to generate the image here. Fifth in the Robert Hoon thrillers. Viva Las Vengeance. All Bob Hoon ever wanted was a good whiskey and some peace and quiet. But when Hoon hears that his friend and MI5 agent Miles Crabtree has gone missing in the United States, he is dragged back into action once more. There we go. The hunt leads him to the Florida Everglades and into conflict with the violent locals, the terrifying wildlife, and a sheriff with a sinister agenda of his own. Carving a trail of destruction across America, Hoon crosses swords with a washed-out Elvis-themed PI who might be his only chance of not only saving his friend, but of foiling a twisted conspiracy that could lead to the deaths of millions. From the highlands of Scotland, through the steamy dive bars of Florida, to the dazzling neon nightmare of Vegas, Hoon's quest for justice will expose the rotten underbelly of the American dream. And he might just cause a major international incident along the way. Oh, yeah. as one does. All right, that is all we have for today. I was actually surprised that we had as many as we did for a holiday week. I'm grateful there was as many as there were for a holiday week, but it is what it is. All righty. So tomorrow we're going to be looking at romance. I was going to show you the book that I just started. I'm still reading A Ruse of Shadows by Sherry Thomas. I'm savoring that one in the Lady Sherlock series, but I always read more than one at a time. And for the next scavenger hunt, so we have a scavenger hunt on Killer Cozies this weekend, which is 3-word title, and I finished. I read the one that I was going to do for that one. But mine for the next one, the following weekend, is Black on the Cover, and I found this at the library, which is very intriguing. It's called The Busybody. It's by Kemper Donovan, and the voice on this is just pulled me right in. It's in first person, and it's so snarky. I just love it. And of course, everybody compares things to these two books, and this is one of them. Actually, it's pulling every single author that's hot right now. Knives Out meets Richard Osman, for fans of The Appeal and the Finley Donovan series. So let's just, pull all the blockbuster authors out there. But I just started it, and it pulled me right in with that snarky first person voice. So I will be working on that. You have a good day too, Kim. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have a good day reading good books, enjoying the holiday week. And yes, we do have sprints tonight, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having them tonight, Tuesday, Thursday evening, July 4th, starting at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. And then again on Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So please stay hydrated, stay cool. It's hot out there. Read good books, and as the banner says here, whoa, wrong banner. As the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.